Welcome to the Bad Movie Night podcast, covering the worst movies you've never seen. We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night podcast.
Welcome back to the Bad Movie Night podcast. Aaron's having a stroke. Rebecca's here and AJ's here. And tonight we are talking about the one and only trucks.
Choo-choo.
Go, go, go!
Trucks. A thriller without brakes. Starring Timothy Busfield.
Badass. Timothy Busfield.
Timothy
Top of the
Busfield.
game.
I would have preferred Timothy Truckfield, honestly, if we're speaking honest. Aaron, just so you're aware, a truck is not a train. Two different items, two different objects.
Choo-choo, and then I was like,
You're like, choo-choo, motherfucker. We're talking about trucks tonight. V8s, towing packages, all that kind of stuff. Ford Broncos. Is that a truck? Is a Ford Bronco a truck? I don't know.
It's kind of a truck, I guess.
It's got a frame like a truck.
My name is Chris. I am back
Chris.
hosting the show. I did step away for a while because I was trying to make room for the schedule to fit everyone. And then apparently when I left to let you guys figure out the schedule that worked for everyone, still no one showed up. So I said, we're just going to do it then when it works for me.
You have dinner plans.
But that's what it is. Spiv is out tonight. He made dinner plans for the 14th week in a row during the Bad Movie Night podcast. So he is not here. Lindsay.
Because he's free on Wednesday nights.
He's free on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
He's like, everybody's like, hey, I'm free all week. What day do you want to do dinner? And Spiv's like, the perfect night for me is Wednesday night when I'm scheduled to be on a show with everyone I've been on for years.
It's the most passive-aggressive way of quitting the show.
It's awful. It's awful.
Yeah, I mean, at this point,
quiet
like,
quitting.
I don't want to come anywhere. And
We've talked about replacing him.
We've talked about replacing him.
Yeah.
We're going to replace him with ChatGPT, I think. I think that is similar in a lot of ways. If we
don't
could
do the same thing.
We could come up with a couple like descriptors of like what is Spiv. Spiv likes Pete Buttigieg. Spiv likes Star Trek: The Next Generation. Spiv likes power metal.
Judge.
Yeah, Spiv is a big Buttigieg fan.
Yeah.
He likes
about
Windows 98 and CRT monitors. And if we put all that together, ChatGPT could basically replicate him, no problem.
I mean, now I like him again.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Spiv. I love Spiv. I wish he was here. I wish he didn't make dinner plans every time we had a podcast, but that's what it is. It is what it is. What it be, what it do, as the kids say, Aaron. You wouldn't know that.
What it is.
What it is. Guys, we're back talking about trucks. I don't know who the picked this fucking movie, but I'm about ready to lay down a 3-year ban on this, John. I don't care. We're going to get into this. Freaking Timothy Busfield. Timothy Busfield, guys? Come on.
Top of his game on TV movies.
God.
This was a high for his career.
Yeah, that's the problem, AJ.
It's one Sean Corbin, Patreon Sean
Are you
Corbin.
freaking kidding me, Sean?
Yeah.
Sean's getting a 3-year ban on this? We'll see.
Corbin
we'll unpack this
Burnson
tonight.
made us watch this movie.
I think it's fair up front. I'm not the biggest fan of trucks in general.
Yeah.
Like, I think it takes, like,
You've
there
ranted before.
are, like, kids that are, like, they have zero imagination. It's like, what do you like, Johnny? And he's like, I like trucks. And you're like, this kid has an awful future ahead of him. Like, he's going to be an annoying person.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, the most annoying people when you're driving on the road are people in trucks.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. We're talking about pickup truck drivers, not like 18-wheelers.
If you see a pickup driver and he has a pickup truck driver and he has stickers that has like an American Eagle flag on it and a gun thing, you're like, this guy's, I don't like anywhere.
Or the Punisher skull.
How about those
Yeah, the
space
Punisher
testicles
skull.
hanging
That's the
off?
worst.
You're like, oh
That's
my
the worst
God.
because they don't know what it means.
But this is neither here nor there because we're talking about the 1997 Stephen King adaptation of Trucks.
Yes.
From 1997. This movie aired on the USA channel, which I don't even know if that's still a thing.
Remember
but
USA? Ed Walker?
No one
Texas
does.
Ranger?
You know what I used to watch on USA a lot?
What's that?
Reruns of Wings. That was a good
Wings,
show.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Wings was
They
a
had some good
show.
rerun shows. Yeah.
Wings. This movie made me think instead of Timothy Busfield, they should have had Steven Weber in the lead role.
Steven Weber would be awesome.
Because he was in a lot of TV movies. I remember he was in that adaptation of The Shining.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of audiobooks for Stephen King and others too.
And I like Steven Weber. Timothy Busfield, I don't know. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
We'll talk about it.
But before we dive straight into
It's a trucks movie, not a bus movie.
Exactly, Aaron.
Not Timothy Trucksfield. That would have made more sense.
Well, that was the joke I made at the top of the show. I made that literal joke at the top of the show.
You did.
Aaron, are you aware?
I know.
We all
That's
laughed.
coming around full circle.
Are
now,
you
Chris.
aware of the concept?
I wanted to make sure people heard your awesome joke you made earlier that I just replicated.
It's called being present, and that's all I'm asking for an hour of your
I
time.
am trying.
That's
You
fair.
gotta.
You just talk nonstop, and then I
Aaron,
forget what we're doing.
Instead of orally
Next thing
taking
you
your
know,
ADHD medicine, I'm gonna need you to snort it like 5 minutes before the show. All right.
I mean,
Yeah,
I could
seriously.
try that. That probably would help.
That might help.
All right, guys. AJ, can you tell me what the 1997 movie Trucks is about?
In a small town where the roads are empty, the silence is shattered by the roar of vengeance. This summer, machines come to life with a mind of their own. From the writer of Maximum Overdrive comes a terrifying tale of metal, mayhem, and diesel fuel destruction. They don't need drivers. They don't need mercy. They only need fuel.
Motherfucking trucks.
In the
These
1997
motherfucking
classic, that is Trucks. Unnecessary remake.
Just when you thought it was safe to drive, you were wrong.
Anywhere.
It was a fucking truck.
Guys, that was great, AJ. That was actually really good.
You're welcome.
Plot, whole synopsis thing. I did write down a whole bunch of stuff about this movie because I didn't think Aaron was going to show up tonight.
Yeah, that's fair. That was wise. We're just overly prepared these days.
What? Why? I didn't think you were
Gotta
showing
get
up
ready.
anymore.
Excuse me, sir. I've shown up for the past several weeks.
Oh,
Oh, you've not been here.
I've been under the understanding that only Rebecca and AJ show up anymore, so I apologize.
I missed what?
That is fair.
one?
You had a
You
hot
weren't
water
here
heater
last
issue.
week.
I
Yeah.
You were
missed
here.
the Bigfoot one, I think.
That's true.
Oh, my
And you
God.
missed American Rickshaw.
No, I
Yes.
didn't. I was on that one.
Oh,
Tell
sorry,
her.
I missed you.
Tell him,
There you are.
Rebecca.
There you are.
So you just blend together a spiv, I guess.
I'm only
Yes, Spiv wasn't on that
double his
one.
body weight. And
What?
you still
I mean-
get us confused.
I think
That's-
spiv is on less than the
Eh.
episodes we have. Like, he's on like 5%.
How come
or something.
you don't give Lindsay a bunch of shit? She's never here anymore.
Yeah, but she has
She was
reasonable
here last
issues.
week. She did last week.
All right.
Fuck. Okay,
Well,
well,
it's okay. You're here now, Aaron, and I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Let's move on and do your history haul, and we'll see
Let's
what
do it.
happens. Here we go.
okay, fine. You know, Chris, when we have a movie called Trucks, I was thinking about trucks and America's fascination with trucks. And that got me thinking about a certain particular person of cultural significance that really has a thing for trucks.
Oh, no.
And that made me think, you know what? It's time that we give trucks their dues. So I had ChatGPT create a poem in the style of a particular person for me. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the AI voice to work, so we're just going to have to read this aloud.
Okay.
It's called Ode to the Great American Truck. Ladies and gentlemen, believe me, there's nothing like a truck. Big, powerful, and unstoppable, these machines are what keep America moving, okay? Not just any country can have trucks like ours. The best in the world, folks. They roll across our highways, engines roaring with pride. Built strong, built American, carrying freedom with every mile. These trucks, they're doing the hard work. Rain or shine, they don't quit, they don't complain. Like true patriots, they grind. We see them in the heartland, on every winding road, bringing goods to our people, feeding our homes and our towns. When you see a truck driver, give them a salute, all right?
Toot toot.
These are the backbone of America.
God.
The real
is long.
deal,
I stopped
not
the
some
music.
flashy suit. It's all about the weave. Big rigs, pickups, haulers, they're beautiful machines. They're symbols of power, prosperity, of the American dream. They don't ask for much, just smooth road to roll on, which we're fucking not going to have any more of that once we get rid of infrastructure. And I promise you, we're going to give them roads second to none because they're not going to fucking exist anymore. So here's the trucks. To the drivers, to the mighty convoy of red fucking hats, white and blue. They don't just move cargo, folks. They move assholes. They move the American spirit too. That's trucks.
Man, that was a lot.
What the fuck was that?
And I thought you were going to do a thing on the Cybertruck. I was like, I did not think you were going where you're going.
I had an AI voice thing. I was trying to get it to read the poem in
As
our buddies.
That's
right,
fair.
yeah.
I mean,
And I thought it was important to point out his, ability to open truck doors.
Well, maybe if Kamala had opened some truck doors, things would have been different. But she chose not to, so we'll see.
She chose to ignore half the country. Worked out great.
Worked out great, ladies and gentlemen.
Try not to get too political, but I just saw Matt Gaetz is being nominated for Attorney General. So that's wonderful.
Yeah, why not? I mean, he'll
Sure,
probably
butthead.
fire half of them in the next 3 weeks. But
Butthead.
whatever.
All right, so trucks, you turn, you die. I thought this cover is actually kind of cool. It looks like a Megadeth album or something.
Yeah, it does. It looks like one of those like optical illusion
the-
things where you turn it and
the
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
old hologram things.
Yeah, the hologram.
Yep. Of course, this is based on a short story by Stephen King. Actually, one I haven't read or listened to in audiobook form, Chris. But you may know this story very well from Maximum Overdrive, the 86 film written and directed by Stephen King, featuring AC/DC and Emilio Estevez.
Oh, a classic.
Yeah, Busfield is no Estevez, that's for sure.
Yeah. Why would they remake
Yeah,
it?
there's-
That's what I kept asking myself and looking for.
Do you think he
don't
was-
know.
Like we talked about it a little bit last week. Do you think he was just so out of it with Maximum Overdrive? He was like, I gotta do this again.
I don't know.
Well,
it
he
seems like
didn't
a cash
direct it
grab.
or really write this version. He just gets credit for the story this time. But the first one, he wrote and directed the screenplay and directed. So I don't know. I love Maximum Overdrive. It's a fun film.
Yeah.
This one is much like what you expect, a TV blander version of that story. A little bit of changes here and there. But so this film was released way back, and we're actually we almost made the anniversary of it. But it was released on October 29th, 1997 in the United States.
Someone's
Some other-
mic is really loud.
Huh?
Is it me?
I hear a lot of mic.
Yeah, I heard
Noise.
Mike rubbing.
Nice.
I think it was
Yeah,
Aaron.
I think it's Aaron moving around.
What am I doing?
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know. Oh, you do. Nobody understands what you do. Nobody else has this kind of problem. I don't know.
Yeah, my mic is locked together. It's not moving.
Yeah, my mic is locked down. You're good, Aaron. Continue.
I'm
No,
a
you're good.
professional.
Sorry.
All right, so yes, October 1997 films, we have Kiss the Girls.
Oh
That's a
yeah,
good
that's a
movie.
classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
We have Boogie Nights.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I just
Yeah.
heard a thing about that with Heather Graham.
We have 7 Years in Tibet.
Okay.
We have Bean, Mr. Bean film.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
The Devil's Advocate.
Okay.
I am a lawyer.
The devil.
Wah!
I love that
movie.
they had to convince Al Pacino to be in that. I kept turning it down for
He's
like
great in
years.
that movie.
No, thanks.
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh,
Classic.
yeah,
Mhm.
on a
Yep.
vacation.
Gattaca.
Oh man,
That's a good
Gattaca's
one.
good.
Yep. And Switchback.
Oh,
Switchback is
yeah.
good. And a lot of people haven't seen Switchback. That is a very good movie.
Never saw it. Starred Dennis Quaid, Danny Glover, Jared Leto, Ted Levine, William
Yeah.
Fichtner, Arlie Ernie, Walton Goggins, Jesus, Maggie Roswell, Allison Smith. Yeah, there's a lot of people in that are pretty famous peoples. So that was that. This movie, obviously being a TV film, I didn't really see anything about a budget for this. It's called Trucks. It's fucking silly title. It was directed by Chris Thompson, who has done things like a miniseries, The Hitchhiker, TV series, The Hitchhiker. The Challenge TV miniseries, a TV series called Ponderosa in 2002. I guess a remake. I don't know. Yeah.
It's about the restaurant.
Yep. A Flipper TV episodes, Time Tracks.
I saw he made a movie called Meteorites. But if you look up Meteorites, it came out a year after this, and it looks exactly the same as this movie.
Really?
Like the look is TV movie all in the day. It just looks the same.
Yeah, you're right. It looks exactly the same.
And it just says a meteor shower threatens a small American town. That's the plot.
And they're just like raining meteors everywhere.
I don't know.
Our writer of this was Brian Taggart. He's known for V, the TV series, the original from the 80s. He wrote Poltergeist 3. Wanted Dead or Alive, the Rutger Hauer film. Of Unknown Origin, which we never covered, I don't think, but I think I wanted to see that at one point.
Sounds familiar.
Yes, George P. Cosmato's film.
Oh, okay.
From 83. It looks pretty cool. Omen 4, Child of Darkness, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, Dangerous Passion. The New Kids, Visiting Hours, Night Cries, The Spell, The Mark of Zorro. I mean,
a lot of movies.
He has a lot.
He has a lot. I don't know.
I mean, Poltergeist 3, cool. Was that the one in the hotel? Is that the one?
That's the one in the hotel, right?
And the girl actually is like dies, right?
I think so.
I don't think I've ever seen the third one.
I don't remember it being that bad.
I
think the child actress died.
Yeah, it's the high-rise building one with the elevator.
Yeah, it has Tom Skerritt in it.
Like she died in real life.
She died in real life. Yeah,
real life,
she had some sort of heart failure or something like that, right? Or some sort of anaphylactic reaction or something like that. She died really young.
While they were filming?
I think so. Something.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
really sad. Yeah, I mean, this stars Timothy Busfield. You know him. Brenda Bake. I have no idea how to pronounce her name. Aidan Devine, Roman Podhora, Amy Stewart. I don't know any of these people. The only one I really recognize was Timothy Busfield. Do you know what he's known for?
What's he known for?
He was in The West Wing. He was in 30-something. Field of Dreams.
Ooh.
Revenge of the Nerds. He played Poindexter, which I've never seen that film.
I don't know.
Those movies really never were
never
something
seen
that
Revenge
interests
of
me.
the Nerds? Wow.
Yeah. He was in Stripes. He played a soldier with a mortar. Did a bunch of TV movies. Strays. Fade to Black. He was in Striking Distance, which is Die Hard on a boat. Coast Guard Die Hard. I don't know.
Yes.
Lois and Clark. The Adventures of Superman. Yeah, I don't really know what he's actually known for, though. I guess it's probably Revenge of the Nerds, right? That would have been early 80s.
I mean, I've definitely seen him before in things.
Yeah.
He's very familiar.
I think he's one of those people that's like in a lot of episodes of like
shows.
Family Ties. He was in a couple.
One-off stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Trapper John MD.
Okay.
I have no idea what that is. Some old TV show. Yeah, so I'm not sure why they bust him in, but he was here for this film. Not really a whole lot else to talk about. Yep. Let's move along.
Cool.
Okay. I looked up this. She died when she was 12.
Wow.
It's very
That's
depressing.
hard.
I don't want to. Yeah. But anyways, Aaron, that was a great little history hole section. But now we're gonna move on and do discussion of trucks. Here we go.
Patreon, $2 on Patreon. Patreon, $2 on Patreon. Join me for some fun stuff.
Great bumper there,
Nice.
AJ, for the Patreon. All right, guys, we're here. We're talking about trucks from 1997. This was a Patreon pick, believe it or not, by one Sean Corbin. Corbin. AJ, what did you think of Trucks?
Yeah, Trucks, man. You know, it's funny watching this. I have the faint recollection of watching a little bit of this movie. Maybe I caught part of it on TV, but I definitely haven't seen the whole thing because some of these characters look familiar with this scenario. Maybe it's because I saw Maximum Overdrive like 10 times. I don't know. But yeah, this is just Maximum Overdrive in a small budgety format. I just don't understand why we would remake a bad movie and then make a worse version of it. I don't know. Like I didn't ask for it. I would have rather had a sequel or something. You know, if it does feel very made for TV, some of the Trucks action was pretty cool at times. But it's just like we've seen this movie already. You know what I mean? Like I don't need another Maximum Overdrive. Just don't need it.
Don't need it. Not a big fan of the schlocky, crappy version of Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah.
Shocking. Aaron, what did you think of Trucks?
I was maximum underwhelmed by this film. I watched this 2 weeks ago now, and I don't remember much of it at all.
How did you watch it 2 weeks ago?
You watched it last week.
I watched it last Thursday. I don't know. It's been it feels like 2 weeks ago.
All right, got you.
Yeah,
forgot that last week's episode got canceled.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's been a couple weeks. It's kind of a dull TV version of Maximum Overdrive. You know, I think you're missing the AC/DC soundtrack, which adds a lot to the feel of that Maximum Overdrive, where this is replaced with like just generic TV action music, which is terrible. Busfield is probably the strongest actor in the film, and he's not really all that great. Yeah, it just didn't do much for me. I was disappointed by this one.
Rebecca, you love Trucks. What did you think of Trucks?
Yeah, I definitely think flat is a good descriptor of this movie. Like it didn't really hit anything. The dialogue was terrible. None of the acting or the characters weren't interesting. Like it was just meh.
Yeah, this movie sucks. It is ugly to look at. It's tedious. It's boring. It's cheap. Like it doesn't have the budget to do any of the spectacle that it wants to do. It's a way worse version of Maximum Overdrive. Because Maximum Overdrive, like I want to talk about that movie instead of this. Maximum Overdrive is a bad movie, but it's an entertaining bad movie.
Yeah.
Super campy and fun. They do a lot of things right in that movie insofar as the main thing for me is they add characterization to the main truck. They give it that goblin head, and it automatically is a villain, and it's cool. And then it starts to feel more like it's personified in a way. And in this, it's just all these ugly trucks that and it's confused of what their motivations are or explanations are.
Yeah.
There is none. Like it's not clear
They go
at
back
all.
and forth about a billion different theories,
Yeah,
but
so you can't-
nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
but nothing gets fleshed out at all.
Well, we don't get the cool soda machine scene.
You
Or
get
the lawnmower machine.
none of
Or the
that.
lawnmower.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, seemingly in this version, it's
only
limited
trucks.
to trucks,
Yeah.
which is kind of
Except-
boring.
I think it's a stretch with the toy truck.
So there's two moments. Well, there's
Okay, that was
that's
actually
fair.
kind of cool.
two moments.
And
The
that was
toy
my
truck-
favorite part.
Yeah, I think that's part of the movie.
There's two moments in this film that kind of bend the rules of the world. It's there's a toy truck that commits a murder, and then there's a suit that gets inflated and turns into an axe wielding murderer. But also, I think those sequences were shot separately from the rest of the movie and interjected.
It
I
feels
think,
separate.
yeah. Like someone watched the first edit and was like, "Oh
It
shit."
was boring. Yeah.
It feels like you're in a different place too, because like we're so trapped at this fucking gas station for the whole movie.
Well,
you know,
if you cut those sequences out of the film, it literally wouldn't change anything with the story.
No.
It would
They
make it a
don't
less
learn
entertaining
anything.
movie, but yeah. Because I mean, those sequences are completely disconnected from the characters.
The only thing with that suit is like they're going to clean up whatever spill that one
Sure.
truck caused, but it doesn't seem like they're coming to do anything anyway. So by them not going to clean it up, it doesn't make a difference.
Do you remember the opening of Maximum Overdrive? Does anyone remember?
yeah, with the bridge.
the
Right?
bridge.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah, it's
How
very
does-
memorable.
It is. And how does this movie open?
I don't even remember.
Some out of towners coming to a camp.
Well, that
For some
one
reason?
truck
You're getting some gas.
at like the
Junkyard thing?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the junkyard scene where he drives, maybe he kills a guy in a house. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Eh.
saying.
But we don't
I mean,
know why or
like this is the deal. Like, there's been a million movies that rip off Aliens, an Alien, and I love that because it's fun in a way. But they also take usual liberties. This is like pretty direct, and from my understanding, a more accurate version of Stephen King's script or short story. I should
Okay.
say.
I've never
Yeah.
read it. Yeah.
that's interesting.
I don't know that for sure, but that was what I read. That this follows the
It's
original
not
short story.
known as
form.
one of his better short stories, that's for sure. His short stories are hit or miss. Some are awesome.
Was this one
Yeah.
Some are
combined
pretty
with The
meh.
Running Man? Because I remember there was like a book of I don't know if they originally came as a book of collections, but there was one that. Had like, a bunch of them
There's so
together.
many of his that
Yeah.
are compilations of short
Yeah.
stories.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe being more devoted to the source material is not always the way to go, because
Right.
they're two different mediums here, and a short story that's 10 pages, 20 pages long or whatever, converted to a feature length film, you got to take some liberties, make some adjustments
Right.
to make it entertaining.
Yeah.
I think Maximum Overdrive did some of that.
And he chose to do that when making the film version of his story.
He was also very much on drugs. and
High
I wish-
as absolute
I
fuck.
wish
Yeah.
the filmmaker here was on drugs.
Something.
He got the money from USA Network and he said, fuck this, we're doing something crazy. But instead, he just did it super by the numbers. And this movie is just so boring.
Instead of Coke, he bought Pixie Sticks.
There is moments of gore that were a little bit more explicit than I was expecting for a TV movie. So that stuck out to me. And I will say, I thought the end was kind of clever, even though it bends all the rules that we've learned the rest of the movie. So it's kind of cheap as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cop out.
It's a cop out. We have a whole host of characters. Timothy Busfield being our main character of Johnson, Ray Johnson. I added
Yes.
Johnson. I think his name is just Ray.
It is Ray. I don't know about Johnson.
Yeah, I just threw it out there. You never know, Rebecca.
Johnsonville.
It works.
Ray Johnsonville. Brats.
And similarly to Maximum Overdrive, they're all stuck in a small gas station diner.
Yeah.
But Maximum Overdrive paints a little bit about the world before. This movie does not.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't at all. It doesn't leave you up for any like room for your imagination with it.
Well, do we have in Maximum Overdrive? There's sort of like a meteor or something that
Yeah.
happens the day before, right? So there's
Yeah.
some sort of like alien or supernatural influence these things.
And it opens with
Well,
that.
and they
like,
try to pull a little bit of that in
Right.
with this Lunar is the name
Town,
of the
yeah.
town.
Yes.
So they're like she's
It's
running
near
that
Area
alien
51.
excursion, and there's been meteors in the past, but not like the recent past. So there's a little touch of that in there, but they just don't take it far enough.
They mention Area 51 several times. They mention
Yep.
aliens. They mention toxic gas. And
Yeah.
I think they mentioned a meteor at one point.
Yeah.
But it's all just like characters talking about it. But it
randomly.
never.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay.
They even talk about like the Area 51 and like the telescope and all this other stuff. too.
But why put those ideas out there if it doesn't ever come up in
Yeah.
any way to
I
be
know.
of
Right.
importance?
It's bad writing.
Is that what it's called, AJ?
I think so.
Mm.
All right, AJ knows.
I'm not an expert, but
So, in this story, only trucks are possessed, essentially.
Well,
yeah, but not all the time
Ish.
either.
Not
the
every
RC
truck.
trucks. We have the RC truck, right? And then we have the ending,
Wow.
which is not a truck.
Yeah, the helicopter is.
Well, that's the helicopters. So, if it's an alien thing, so aliens just have fondness for trucks?
Yeah.
They came here to make America great again, Chris.
yeah.
They're going to do that
There were Ford
one truck at a
F-150.
time.
And they're
Yep.
going to start at a gas station of all places.
Yep.
The
Yes, in the middle
convenient
of
place.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like, it has to somehow be related to Area 51. Then, to me, it seems isolated because there are moments where you get news reporters talking. You get moments where, like, I don't know, 7/8 through this movie, you get a guy like working on electrical lines or something, like completely oblivious to anything.
Mm-hmm.
But Maximum Overdrive, it painted it like right away. The kid's running through his neighborhood or walking through his neighborhood, and like people are murdered left and right, and mowers like on top of a guy, shit like that.
We did have the weird hazmat suit guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was interesting.
Yeah.
And this feels like they're much more isolated because there isn't really anybody else around other than people in town.
Yeah.
In this
and they're talking
gas
like
station.
on the news thing, they're talking about like, we're gonna get to you, we're gonna save, like, it's not happening here, but like we know that you're having issues.
For the 12 of you in the random gas station near Area 51.
Right.
Coming for you, wherever
Right.
the fuck you are. New Mexico, right?
Would it be cool if they'd like others tried to come rescue them or something, and all of a sudden like they hit this like area where all of a sudden like their vehicle was taking control.
Yeah, that would be
or
cool.
something,
'Cause
right?
then
So
something
they
would have
couldn't,
happened.
couldn't drive in or something, or some extenuating
Well,
circumstances.
I think that to some extent that's what they were doing with the suit guys. Like,
I think
these
you're
were
right.
people trying to come in and help them, so we're gonna
But that
keep them from being able to do that.
it didn't really fit with the whole truck thing.
No.
That's where I was confused by
Well,
that.
I mean, Maximum Overdrive did this too, but it plays out like a siege movie in a lot of ways, where we're trapped here and we can't leave.
Escape from
But there's
assault on
plans.
precinct.
There's plans being made, and they make sense. Where this is just like a lot of randomness, and there's no sense.
What was the motivation for the trucks?
Fuel, but we didn't see that in this one, right? Because in
Right.
Maximum Overdrive, we know they want fuel because they communicate that.
They communicate.
Well,
they
but
know
Interesting.
there is that in here because they don't kill Ray.
Timothy Busfield.
Like,
yeah.
he
That's
goes
fair.
out there and they even know that he was going to try to put regular fuel in because they like rev their engine or whatever when he tries to make him put the diesel in instead.
Yeah, the trucks are like the lights are like eyeballs apparently
Yeah.
for the trucks,
Yeah.
and then the mirrors like are also eyeballs because at one point the mirrors are like spying on them. That was kind of funny. And then they
yeah.
use the horns to communicate with each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're like birds or something. Like, that's how birds talk. You know what I mean?
Well, that would be another cool thing if it was like the birds were like they would all converge on this gas station. You'd have like hundreds of trucks.
Why
Or
wouldn't they
something.
just run the gas station down? It's a fucking truck.
That's,
Yeah, and that gas station was like paper thin.
Paper thin, AJ. Much like the plot of
they
this
do
movie.
eventually, but
Much like the pot.
They do eventually, yes.
What do you think about the girl running out to the pipe for no reason and then getting buried and smoked out? That was a pretty interesting.
no, it's
scene,
just to
right?
add some
Well, and
other
Filler.
detour
But
or some
then-
filler. Yeah.
he's able to get them out. I didn't understand that part. Like, why the trucks didn't attack in that instance.
I
Like,
don't
they
know.
let them crawl out and
I
like
The trucks
so
didn't
they
want the
go
film to
from
end yet.
1 second we're going to trap them and kill them with our exhaust to now you can crawl out underneath us and run to safety.
I'm pretty sure I could outrun a truck, no problem. Why did AJ leave himself?
You're gonna outrun a 18-wheeler?
Now he muted
Button.
himself. What'd you
Hey,
do?
if you just go
I
to
gotta
the
fix my
side, like they
audio.
can't
Oh,
turn
okay.
on a dime. So as long as you're zigging and zagging,
Yeah, zigging and zagging a little
Bopping
bit.
and weaving and
yeah,
Bebopping and scatting all over
Scatting?
the place. You can fucking outrun those trucks, no problem. Those things
Yeah.
take turns so slow and so wide.
yeah.
well, with the trailer, yeah.
And they're not going to be, like, they don't accelerate that fast. So, like, most of the time they're, like, sitting there or they're just circling the place. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like that big of a threat.
Mm-mm.
Unless, like, all devices become alive and aware. Again, maximum overdrive.
They have to have a reason to get out of the gas station other than the trucks, right? Like there needs to be stuff going on inside the gas station that makes them have to get out. There has to be
Right.
some more drive for them to leave.
Yeah, or like the trucks could have like done like I
I don't know, they're in a factory with robots or something, and they have to escape to get away from the robots. But then they got to deal with the truck. You could do like a Trucks 2045 or something where you got Cyber trucks taken over by some AI, right? The robots in the factory.
Spray them with the hose and they'll all break.
You could have a hologram of Elon Musk jumping in the air.
You start towing them and they crack in half.
Yeah.
I mean, no, but like you literally could make a new Maximum Overdrive Trucks movie and just have it be AI. I mean, so many things can now just be because of AI, but
exactly,
it would fit for this. So the movie opens. We have Ray, who owns this gas station. He has a troubled past of his wife dying.
He was
Does that
killed
make for a troubled past
by a
drive-by.
random, in Chicago.
I thought it was Detroit. Was it Chicago? Whatever.
Somewhere up there.
Somewhere
that
like
area.
that.
Yeah.
We also then have Hope, who was a resident of the town long ago, and she's come back to the town. And then there's a bunch of other people who are kind of mixed in. Ray has a kid. And you have this whole kind of ensemble cast.
Yeah.
And I wish I could tell you like how the story goes, but I feel like it all mushes together. There are sequences that happen. I don't know necessarily if any of the
care about
order matters to any of them.
It's just not very
You've got like
entertaining. You get
hippie
bored.
from California guy, older guy. You've got the teenage brat, who's
they
a
try to-
typical
Dad
teenager.
from
They
Vegas.
try to
Her
spend a lot
dad's
of time,
military.
like, and they're like backpacking, right, for this like alien expedition. They spend so
they're
much time
staying
trying to
in
build that
the-
up.
There's that couple that came to spend the weekend. And
Right.
Oh, the newly
she's-
married.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's awful.
I think the movie spends a lot of time spinning its wheels, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm.
But two, that woman that you're talking about, Rebecca, did have that scene where she runs out and starts hitting the trucks with an axe, which I did.
That was
Yes.
funny.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would think that was going to do much.
But it's okay. So like, there's a scene in this movie where it cuts to a random mailman. This is like, it feels like days have passed and they've been dealing with these trucks, and then it cuts to a random mailman in the town just doing his job, like he does, unaware of anything happening.
Completely.
And he is, I don't know, first taunted by this little RC Tonka truck type thing.
Yes.
And then
It comes
eventually
barreling
murdered.
out through it, jumps a ramp. It ramps through a glass window of a store.
Yeah.
Yeah, it starts following him a little bit.
There is no way in hell where you could just kick that fucking thing and be done with this.
Right. Yeah, like it rams him to the point of breaking his leg, knocking him down, like curb stomps him
Yeah.
with the little Tonka truck.
And then we get, what,
crushes his
19
head.
minutes of it smashing his head against the curb.
Yeah.
But like, what is that?
Spewing blood.
What was that played? Was that played for humor? Was it supposed to be scary? I don't understand.
I don't know. I
what-
thought maybe humor. I don't. It was very silly to me. I just don't know.
I thought so too.
It felt, like you said, it did feel very out of place with the rest of the movie, though.
Yeah.
Like it was like a separate thing.
Yeah, and you have that, and then you have the chemical spill guys driving down the road. They stop, and the one chemical suit kind of inflates under the
That's
control
stupid.
of the truck.
What does that mean,
becomes
though?
sentient person in a suit, grabs an axe, and murders both of the guys with the axe.
Yeah.
I didn't understand
Yeah.
that at all because that
was
completely made no
no-
sense the rest of the movie.
That's a
I
big
mean, there wasn't
stretch.
even a truck connection there. The
That's what I'm
RC
saying.
truck at least had a little like piece, but that was just
So
ridiculous.
if they made that after the fact, they're like, well, we need to add some more kills. Like, that doesn't even fit any of the rest of the movie.
I want more truck action. I want like a bucket truck that like scoops people up and throws them through the air. And I want like other, like a digging or a vacuum truck that like sucks people up, or like, I don't know,
Concrete
a trash truck.
and like concrete someone up or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're going to do this, like go all out, all sorts of truck action.
Well, so they couldn't go all out because it was a made for USA movie.
They
so
didn't have
the
any money.
budget, yeah.
Instead, they spent it on Busfield.
So, like, the movie is competently made. I followed it just
Yeah.
fine. The
just
acting
dull.
is passable. Busfield's not bad. for
Nah,
what he's
he's
got
fine.
got
He's
here.
fine.
But there's no real horror or suspense or anything like that. There's no scares and there's no spectacle because the most you can get is like a truck running into another truck, which does cost money, but it's not really that cool to see. No offense.
Nah, it needed to embrace the weird.
Yeah, it just needed to be sillier.
As Rebecca said in the beginning, it's just really flat from like the color palette, from
It's
the
just so ugly.
color
to look
of the
at.
the film itself.
No,
Just
there's no tone. Like Maximum Overdrive had that fucking AC/DC soundtrack.
Exactly, which adds, whether you like AC/DC or not, it adds a ton to that movie, right?
It did.
Oh,
It had
yeah.
character. For
And
sure.
this has just like super generic TV movie music, which to me, it honestly distracts me from
Dull.
the film. It's so dull and overused the same things over and over and over again.
The writing isn't good. There's a scene where like the old man says like he's terminally ill, and you're like, oh, I guess he's gonna fucking die, and then he goes and dies, and it's like, what the fuck was the point of any of that?
Yeah, you needed him to like die for a reason.
That's the problem. There's
Right?
no.
I'm gonna
build-up
save
to
you all
care
by
of,
dying
like-
because I'm dying. Okay.
I saw a
I
good. Go ahead, AJ.
I just don't care about any of these characters.
Right.
That's the
No.
problem.
No. I did see a good Letterboxd review. It said, it is proven that a professional film director can't make a movie about killer trucks that is even half as good as the one made by a cocaine-addicted alcoholic novelist. That's true. At least the
Very
cocaine
true.
addict novelist took some risks or something.
Took some.
Yeah, I don't know. So you have them trying to decipher what is going on. Nothing is ever figured out as to the cause of any of this. They try to make some plans. There's some moments where some of the people kind of try to get out. People are murdered left and right in kind of disappointing ways. And then eventually they do make their way out to a helicopter in an escape. And that sequence, I was like, okay, pretty cool.
At least something was happening, right?
How they get on this
Right.
helicopter, and then the ending, the very last scene where Timothy Busfield goes to say something to the pilot and realizes no one is flying the helicopter that is being
Dun, dun,
controlled.
dun.
Yeah, that was cool.
I was like, okay, I'm ready for the sequel, Helicopter, or whatever it's called.
Well,
I
or,
guess.
or like it just crashes or something and ends
Yeah, I
on
don't
like
know.
a different note. Instead, it just goes to credits as the.
And then that truck like goes off of the ramp.
Goes
and just,
up
like,
over the
splashes,
horizon.
And that's
Right.
like, don't destroy. We got to reuse it.
Yeah, I don't. This movie is just. Why did we watch this, Sean? What was the reasoning behind this?
To torture us.
No, this is far from the most torturous thing we've watched.
That's
The
true.
patrons have subjected us to.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's just this has the crime of being dull.
It is
Yeah,
so
it is,
dull.
and
It's
it's
just
just
dull.
so it's just such a weird choice. Like we said, like why remake Maximum Overdrive? It's already
Right.
a B movie.
I'm
Like, it makes no
sure they
sense.
just wanted an easy way to make money.
I guess. Why not
I'm
just, like,
surprised King. I mean,
like
King
that?
has been known to. He likes when people kind of
See,
do
for
their
me-
own thing with his stories, but
Yeah.
at the same time, he's also vocal about it when they do it in a way
Mess
he
it
doesn't
up.
like.
For
So
me-
it's kind of surprising that he would even allow them to make this.
For me, the best parts of Maximum Overdrive are not the trucks, though. Like, it was cooler when the lawnmower and the
Yeah.
soda machine were killing people. That
Yeah.
stuff was
Yeah.
cool.
And it was scary. I remember the
Yeah.
ice cream truck driving
That's
around
more
looking
like
for
the,
kid.
Tommy Knockers, which
Yeah.
is I love
was,
that book.
That was
but yeah.
scary.
See, I want more of that. Trucks, I don't need any fucking trucks, okay? I don't care about
But like
trucks.
you said, in Maximum Overdrive, the trucks have more of a character, especially the lead
Yeah.
truck.
Yeah.
Like the way they film it, the way that it's decorated, etc. It looks like a character.
And remember, there was like they
It's
also had the
emoting
Jeep
in it
with
as
like
a
the
truck.
machine gun too in Maximum Overdrive. There's some
Yeah.
cool cars and stuff.
Yeah, the machine gun.
There was a good trivia thing I saw about this movie. It says, originally there was a subplot where Logan, which I think was the kid,
This
Fall-
kid, yeah.
falls in love with the motorcycle after it gains sentience like the other vehicles.
He fucks the bike.
What?
This subplot was cut after negative feedback from test audiences. I find that probably fake, but it was listed on IMDb.
Yeah, that's definitely fake.
But that would be fun. I mean,
That
at
would
least
add
that would
something
add
for
something.
sure.
Like, oh, okay, the kids
It'd be,
into the
it'd be
motorcycle.
silly. They would play into the
Timmy, you spent a
silliness.
lot of time washing
Riding
Don't worry
that
about
bike.
it, Dad.
Yeah, trucks. Is this better or worse than Battle Truck?
Oh, Battle Truck.
Battle Truck sounds
that was like
cool.
movie of the year, man.
The truck was cool, but the story for that was incredibly dull too.
Battle Truck.
We
was a
got to
cool
get
idea.
gas. That's basically what it boiled down to.
What was the story of this movie? The trucks had to get gas.
Yeah,
Kind
that's
of.
what I'm saying. It's a tough. Sorry, it wasn't clear. It's very tough because they're both pretty dull. At least Battle Truck had a unique truck.
Yeah, it was in the future.
It was very
Cool.
Mad Maxy-ish, but it was a truck.
All right.
I don't know.
Well, anything else with the trucks?
I don't want to talk about trucks anymore.
Yeah. All right. All right. 3-year ban on Sean. Yes or no?
No.
I don't think we need to do a 3-year ban. Maybe like we'll give him a pause for a little while.
What? This is his first film in probably a year and a half.
Yeah,
I think we'll
this
let
has
it
been
slide.
on the
Yeah.
wheel forever.
Yeah, you guys can't be talking like
Yeah,
that. That's ridiculous.
No, I'm okay with banning Ian because I noticed he's trying to put
Yeah. What the
his
fuck
movies
is
on the
Ian
wheel.
putting his movies on? I
That's
thought he
not-
had a lifetime ban.
Yeah, he's not
He
allowed
does.
to do
He's
that.
lifetime
Yeah,
banned.
that's
And how's he getting his movies on the
That's
wheel?
what I'm saying. He's not even a patron.
Yeah, he's not even a patron. He hasn't contributed anything to the channel in forever.
He doesn't even own a truck.
Right?
All right. Well, all right. AJ, would you recommend trucks?
Absolutely not.
Aaron.
I mean, I've seen much worse, but there's just really not a lot redeeming about this. It's pretty dull.
Rebecca.
yeah, this is bad, and not in a good way.
Yeah. Yeah, I did not like this movie, frankly. I do want to watch the Tommy Knockers USA miniseries.
It's
movie
not
with-
good. I love the book.
Really?
It's got
It's one of my favorite because it's so fucking crazy, but this miniseries does not capture.
What's that
capture
guy's
well.
name? Jimmy Smits, isn't he in
Jimmy
it?
Smits
I
is in
like
it.
Jimmy Smits.
Yeah.
Give me the Smits.
The audiobook's fantastic. It's read by who's the grandpa in Gilmore Girls? I can't remember his name.
I never watched it.
Fuck. He's a fantastic
Okay.
reader though. So like his voice is just he's great.
That's cool.
Great audiobook.
Damn,
People
I
don't.
wanted to-
It's really hit or miss though. People either hate that story or love it.
So it's not good. It's not a good version.
I love it,
No, I'm saying the
but
USA
the
one.
miniseries is pretty bad. It's just so fast that they cut through so much of the. Because the book is over a longer period of time. There's a lot of little stuff that builds up, and
Gotcha.
they just try to rush it in a couple episodes, and I think that doesn't work well for most of the King stuff.
Okay. All right.
You can
Well,
watch it, but
that's it for trucks. Let's move on and play a game. Here we go.
Game time, baby.
Your theories are the worst kind of upright. Your methods are sloppy and your conclusions are highly fuzzy. Shall we?
Sorry, couldn't see.
We're gonna
that.
talk about trucks and trucking. All right. So, how many truckers are there in the United States?
285,000.
350,000.
20% of our economy or something like that. It's high. It's high.
There are about 3.5 million truckers.
Holy fuck!
Yeah.
Yeah. What year was the first semi-trailer invented?
48.
1925.
35.
A little earlier than that. 1980 or 1898.
Damn, what's he
Really?
calling there? Lumber.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
What percentage of truck drivers are women?
15%.
20%.
5%.
It's about 6%.
That was
Huh.
close.
Yeah. What year did the first woman get her commercial driver's license?
1978.
1979.
1994.
1928. There she
Dang.
is. Yeah,
She's
she
Couldn't
would-
vote. You can drive a truck. Just kidding.
She would take a revolver on every ride just to keep herself safe.
Yeah, it's pretty smart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
The emissions from one truck in 1988 is equal to how many trucks today?
14.
50.
Gosh, yeah, something insane like that.
It's about 60 trucks today.
Damn, that's good. We made that.
Yeah. What percentage more stopping time does a semi-truck need than
Depends.
a car?
Are
How
we
much
doing
weight?
like feet? Or
12
like,
seconds.
Is it a European like Volvo truck? Because this thing can stop on a dime. But in America, 900 more feet
What percentage
a
more?
time. A percentage more?
Yeah.
oh, like
420% more.
85% more time. I don't know.
It needs about 40% more time.
That's not that bad considering.
Yeah. Yeah. What percent of truckers say they take their pets with them on the road?
33%.
90%.
12%.
It's about 40%.
That's
Use some
smart.
companionship.
Yeah.
It sucks with the dogs, though.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I guess some
Then
of these
again-
look pretty old, so I guess if they're just laying there anyway.
My dog would love that if she wasn't terrified
Yeah.
of cars. She could sleep for like 8 hours straight.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any numbers on how many truckers' backs are destroyed?
All of them.
Oh, all of them.
How many truckers
is
are
some
on
of the-
drugs?
The highest number of injuries from all the
Yep.
just sitting and. The average trucker drives about how many miles a year?
300,000. I have no idea.
More than that. 500,000.
Yeah,
It's
at least
about
yeah.
100,000 per trucker,
Oh.
which is
Okay.
the equivalent
It's still a lot.
of 40 trips across the country.
It's a lot.
Oh,
Yeah. There you go. That's trucking in the USA.
Oh my god.
Trucking in the USA.
Gotta suck to be a trucker. It's a hard job.
It is.
So much sitting.
I mean, I sit on my ass all day long, other than standing.
Yeah, and you have way worse emissions.
I do. Especially on Tuesday.
All right, let's move on and do some listener feedback. Here we go.
I suggest we read some listener feedback, sir.
Make it so, number one.
Emails. You tiny little emails. You precious little emails. Where are you?
All right, last week you guys watched Suburban Sasquatch. It's a shame I missed that episode in the movie. Oh my god, I'm so
Yeah,
sad I
yeah,
missed that. Oh, yeah.
you missed the classic.
Sean says the trash bag cave was giving me quartz vein flashbacks.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never watched that either.
You should watch Quartz Vein.
David Black says this somehow had worse effects than the Bible, the Badge, and Bigfoot. LOL. Does the Bible have?
No, the Bible, the Badge, and the Bigfoot, or is a movie, right?
Oh, I thought it was separate things. I'm glad-
Yeah, all the special effects in that multi-thousand-year-old book.
I'm glad you all keep running the show, even with the skeleton crew. It kind of makes for an interesting dynamic. Alternate title: Subpar Squatch Boobies. All right. Joe McDonald says this movie is so terrible that it should be considered a hate crime to cinema.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's offensive
yeah.
defeat everywhere.
And
Big feet and little
Silhouetted
feet.
Animator says, I love this film so much, I own it on Blu-ray. So there's some discourse in the comments. Some people love it, some people hate it. But that is Suburban Sasquatch. Leave a comment on this episode. We will read it next week's episode. Leave some good questions, something to spark some conversation.
What kind of truck would a Sasquatch drive?
Do you think trucks will be
You'd
here?
probably
in the
drive a
future?
Bronco
Like,
Sasquatch.
Do you think trucks?
package.
Yeah. They're all
will
going to
be
be automated,
automated?
in like 5 years.
That's probably a smart idea, right?
But the problem is that's
Yeah.
like 20% of our economy and jobs are going to be.
Yep.
Those guys aren't going to have jobs
I
anymore.
mean, yeah, but that stuff just happens.
They just
That's
become
true.
like
just
like
make them
road
coders.
trains.
You know, I don't understand the big deal.
Yeah.
Road trains, yeah, that's actually a
They
good
can learn
idea.
coding.
They can learn coding.
Yeah.
No, that's such bullshit.
I know.
I hate that argument.
The
The miners will just learn code. I'm like,
So
no,
nonsensical.
The miners can learn
Not
coding.
how
Aaron.
it
No.
works.
doesn't work that way.
No, I mean, seeing how more than half the country voted, I don't think there's gonna be. Yeah, I don't think.
A whole lot of that
anyways,
happening.
so that's the
They
comments
took our jobs.
for Suburban
gerbs.
Sasquatch. We do have an exciting new podcast that's coming basically every other week with me, AJ, and Mark called Garbage Day. You can find that out on your podcast apps. Just look for Garbage Day or Garbage Day Bad Movie Night because it's under the Bad Movie Night Network. AJ was so kind to put together a little bumper, so let's check that out. And then we're going to spin the wheel and see what we're watching next week.
Hey everyone, this is AJ from the Bad Movie Night podcast, and I'm excited to introduce you to our brand new show, Garbage Day, now available on all major podcast platforms. Join me, Mark, and Chris as we dive headfirst into the world of truly terrible cinema, exploring the most hilariously awful films we can find. And if you'd like to help support us, you can join our Patreon for just $2 a month.
You know who's a fan of Garbage Day?
There he is. The man, the legend.
The one and the only.
I should also stipulate there was a delay for Garbage Day going on to Apple Podcasts, but it is happening.
Yeah, all that stuff.
It
All
takes
that
a
stuff
while.
when you first submit takes a little while.
Populates,
So that'll start
Yeah.
to feed out. I did find Garbage Day on my podcast addict thing that I use.
Nice.
So it's showing up now
Addict?
places.
It
You
is
can
on
also get it on
Spotify.
the YouTube. Or
That's
YouTube
what I
channel.
used to.
Yeah. All right, guys, we have a wheel. Let's see what's on there.
Nope.
Oh wait, Rebecca's movie of the week.
Yeah, it's your birthday.
Birthday
It's
movie!
your birthday.
All right,
Wait,
what do you got,
we didn't sing
Rebecca?
happy birthday.
Happy
All right.
birthday to you.
No one wants that.
Happy birthday.
So we're gonna take it. We're gonna
It's a
take
dancing
it back.
musical. It's a musical, isn't it?
We're
Nope.
taking it back?
Nope. We're taking it back
She's
to
gonna punish us 'cause none of us could make it to her birthday party.
1959.
Oh, wow.
1959.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
Okay.
And we're going,
How fucking old are you? I thought you were 40.
What is it?
We're going back to my birthday.
So it is Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Okay.
that's fun.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
I've never
I
seen it.
have the trailer if you want me to.
Yes.
All right, yeah. Can you put it in the private chat,
Do
or you
it.
just want to share it?
Here.
It's a classic.
I've never seen it. I mean, I know it's Ed Wood,
Really?
but I've never seen it. Yeah,
I can't.
I can pull the trailer. The full movie is on YouTube.
It's
it is
also
on
on
Tubi.
Tubi. There
All right,
it is.
I found one here. Share screen.
The unexplainable. That is why you are here. And now, for the first time,
Yeah,
we
hair.
are bringing to you the full story of what happened on that fateful day.
You believe there are such things as flying saucers, Colonel?
Did they add modern music to
Flying
this?
saucers, Captain, are still a rumor.
It actually looks pretty good.
Had contact.
Have you seen this before, Rebecca?
No, just
It's
searching
fun. I like it.
around.
This is Eros, a space soldier from a planet of your galaxy.
What plan will you follow now?
Plan 9.
Plan 9 deals with the resurrection of the dead. Have you attempted any of this plan as yet?
Yes, Excellency.
It's too bad it must be handled this way.
I love the music they added to the trailer. Modern trailer for...
All right, this looks actually pretty
Yeah,
good.
it looks pretty
70-year-old
fun.
Yeah,
movie.
that looks really
It's fun.
fun. It'll be better than fucking trucks, I'll tell you that right now.
And it's only an hour and 19 minutes.
Oh my god, that's what I like to see.
Nice.
This is
nice
our
job,
first
Rebecca.
50s film, I think, we're covering
That's cool.
on the show.
That should make for an interesting.
Paul made us watch that one that was like
That was like the 60s.
like-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was bad. There was
Only-
another old one we watched, too.
I don't think
Yeah.
Paul's here anymore,
But that
right?
was...
We haven't seen Paul in a long time.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think we've lost most of everybody
I
at
think
this point.
we lost most. I think we have Sean yet, and that's about it.
I
We
mean,
have Matthew Pfeiffer in Slack, but I don't think he actually watches the show.
we've lost ourselves
Well,
along
a lot
the way,
of people
too.
just do the podcast because of timing and stuff. It's challenging.
No, we've lost a lot of people on the podcast too. We've got to rebrand and bring it back.
No, you made
Yeah.
us watch all the goddamn witchcraft movies and we drove everybody away.
So I think
We have another one, by the way.
They don't wanna be lawyers.
I think
There's
you're like
another one?
I think
Yeah,
like
they're-
year
they're ma- it's coming out.
5, year 5 to like year 7, when we did do a lot of the witchcraft movies and we did like Ticker and all those
Yeah.
kind of movies.
That's
That was
cool.
the best time of the podcast.
We're scraping
And
the bottom of the barrel here. is what you're saying?
we've been watching a lot of Patreon picks.
Yeah, and it's been up and down.
We need to start looking out for ourselves.
Yeah. We gotta.
I think we need
that.
to. There was a time where I would pick out like a '90s movie because it looked silly, but it looked and it'd be fun to watch
and fun to talk about,
and that's what we need to go back and do.
I want to watch that doll movie. I was telling you
AJ
about.
wants that doll movie. I want to watch another Gary Daniels action thing. I want some sci-fi.
Let's do that for a little bit
horror.
too. Yeah.
We need to look out for ourselves. Spiv is probably not coming back on the show, right?
I don't know.
At this point, who knows?
I don't think so. Like, I don't think so.
No, that's all right.
Lindsay might be back. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens.
She's rehearsing for something.
Yes.
Yeah, to quit the show.
How am I gonna
rehearsing
tell him?
how she's gonna tell us? It just spends hours in front of the mirror telling.
Spiv just accidentally keeps making plans on Wednesday nights.
Oh, Wednesday again.
He's quiet quitting the podcast.
I know. So we'll see what happens next
I
week,
love
guys.
Spiv. Who has dinner with friends during the week on a regular basis?
I would
So
rather
weird.
shoot myself in the fucking face.
I don't have any friends, so I guess I don't have to worry about that. But it seems odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially since you do a podcast every Wednesday night.
Especially because you already have plans on Wednesday nights.
It's the only night he has available.
Anyways, guys, that's it for this week's episode on trucks. If you liked it, go to iTunes, leave a review. I don't think we've got a new one of those in a while either, have we?
I highly doubt it.
Bad movie
I'll
night.
check.
We have 59 reviews. Wow. That's pretty good.
Is it?
Fun show. No, we haven't got one since February.
We had one in February?
Yeah, from Jay Maggers. Fun
Nice,
show
Jay,
most of
man.
the time.
Oh, yeah.
Bad movies with a fun group of people. Highly suggested. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
That made my
That's
day.
it for this week's episode on trucks. Leave a comment down below saying what your favorite motor vehicle is. And we will discuss that next week when we are talking about Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Outer Space.
Outer Space.
Outer Space. We're going right to Outer Space.
Outer Space is available on Tubi and YouTube. You can find it. Just look for it. And then we'll catch you here next time, guys. Good. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Bad Movie Night Podcast.
Bad Movie